Good evening, everyone. So we'll start the class in few minutes. Let's everyone join in first. So let's wait for everyone to join, okay? And then we'll start. So today's topic would be your email writing. Start at 6:05 sharp. Let's everyone join in.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ayushi. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr.
Good
Anand.
evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Sumaya. So just waiting for a few minutes, and today we'll discuss the most crucial topic in professional world, that is about email writing. Okay, and everyone do have certain level of experience when it's come to email writing. So that we'll discuss today. Just wait for a few minutes.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, Raksha, I'm really sorry. Good evening. Good evening. So I think today we have actually already available the experts available in the class, those who are already writing few professional emails. Okay. So might be we'll discuss what exactly their experience when it's come to professional email writing. Fine. So we are keeping this lecture according to the combination of the basic characteristics of email writing. And later on I'll just give you one case study for that. And with the help of that case study, we'll discuss more about how professionally the email may be written or what context we need to cover up when we talk about email writing. Okay. So let's start, I think. Only 9 we have, waiting for a few more minutes, I think. And so tomorrow you have the class activity. Please kindly be ready with your write-ups, okay? And next Saturday's class activity, I will give it to you by today itself, so that you will be prepared for next Saturday class activity as well, okay? Because I think might be in next week, I will go for more practical oriented classes when it's come to your group discussion, when it's come to your extemper, when it's come to, you could say, brainstorming. So I will actually will definitely talk to people, and we need that sort of environment. And I'll tell you in the advance about what exactly topic you need to cover up. 2 minutes, you could say, speech you might have to deliver as well on an instant topic. So that exactly we want in the communication lecture. So next week I will try to cover a few exercises in this class. Okay. So I think, shall we start? I think so. Yeah, sure. It's 6:03 already. So the next topic and the most important topic in the professional domain, if you're talking right now, that is about your email writing. Okay. Now, when we discuss about the email writing, the first and foremost thing, what exactly the purpose of email? And as we know that whenever we need to actually go with the professional communication, under professional communication, we always have, you could say, certain, you could say, proceedings, certain messages, certain, you could say, context which we need to cover. And we always need to keep in mind, regardless of the role, responsibility, designation it belongs to, email formatting or the right context of email, right standard of format of email, you must need to learn and you must need to implement in the organization. Okay. Now, when we discuss about the reasons why we are writing the professional emails, it's very, very important that it is just for any meeting, for any exchange of information, for any updates, for anything, like any particular, you could say, minute communication. Even you are facing any technical default in your system, if you are facing any, you could say, issues with the company, each and every context, you always write down a particular email. Most important thing is that whether the email writing or whether the email or the words or the language or the page which you are writing it down in your email Is it impactful? Will it serve your purpose? Because as you know that email is basically written communication. There is no face-to-face interaction. There is no, the person is not available in front of you, and you need to justify your position. You need to justify your, you could say, point in that writing, so that even though if the person is not in front of you, can understand what exactly the message which the sender want to communicate. So it's the most important thing when it's come to email writing. Okay, that whenever we are writing any email, it should be friendly, clear, concise, and actionable. Now, friendly doesn't mean that we are talking about the informal communication. Friendly, it means that it must actually exchange the words or the intention of the particular sender, that what exactly he or she wants to communicate, with the message in the same, you could say, uh, you could say mental status, what the sender wanted to communicate to the receiver or to the particular address person, that it should be, you could say, reach to the mind of the particular individual accordingly. Now, when we discuss about the basic email etiquettes, now under this particular basic email etiquettes, we are talking about this important characters or important points. Okay, under email etiquettes, we are talking about the first and foremost thing, that's about the appropriate. Now, what do you mean by appropriate over here, first of all? How we can define appropriate? Yes,
The email, yes, the email which we are writing should be, it should be that what we want to convey, and it should be in that sense that the recipient should understand in
yes,
simple and foremost language.
definitely, definitely. Because here, yeah, anything else, I think. Because here we are discussing about the appropriate, or what exactly the context of appropriate. It is basically the suitability of the content as per the designation or as per the receiver to whom you are addressing. For example, if I'm writing an email to my colleague, to my, you could say, next colleague to the same department, definitely my context and suitability of email would be very different. Okay, but when we talk about, you could say, a particular email which is being addressed to the top authorities, to the director, to the manager, definitely the context and the suitability, or the, you could say, the, what we can say, uh, the fitting of the, or you could say, fit to that particular writing to the addressee or not. So it depends on which hierarchy you are sending the email. So appropriate is basically all about right fit as per the addressee. Second, we have the proper spelling and grammar. It's very, very common actually, because you must have a very sound, very precise, accurate, impactful communication pattern, which is written communication we are talking right now. Okay, so that is the proper spelling and grammar. Clear. Clear means basically, like, for example, if I want to send an email regarding meeting in the evening at 5 p.m., we must have to provide the clarity about the subject or criteria of the meeting, the points which will be discussed in the meeting, what actually preparation you need to do before coming to the meeting. Everything, every point must be clear in advance in that email. Like, for example, if the meeting is at 5 o'clock, about the weekly report of the company's performance. Now, in such a cases, weekly performance of the company, definitely on what ground we are categorizing the performance, it should be clear. Planned means it should be on time, first of all. Like, for example, if I'm schedule a meeting, so you need to provide a particular proper planning, proper scheduling, proper date, time, everything must be mentioned accordingly. Professional, definitely, if you are just communicating with the, you could say, with the business world or with the professional world, you always need to keep in mind you're not talking to your friend, even though how close you are when it's come to your personal life, because ultimately you are dealing with the professional domain, not with the private domain. He's not your friend ultimately, but when you are communicating on the professional ground, you always must need to provide all those important, you could say, aspects need to be covered. Okay, proofread is very, very important. Like, for example, even if I'm sending a message to you, sometimes even we commit some mistake when it's come to grammar, when it's come to spelling, when it's come to, like, because what happens sometimes, because if I'm sharing a practical experience, if I have to send a mail regarding to IIBM, regarding, let us suppose, for example, any queries which is being addressed by the student. I have to write it first. I have to reread it first or recheck it first that whether the email which I drafted, so draft should be actually periodically read it twice at least when it's come to the context of spelling, grammar, punctuation, highlighting, everything must be covered up accordingly. Subject line, very, very important point, because we'll discuss later on about the subject line, what type of subject line would be most suitable. Now, subject line is basically the you could say the trailer of a movie, or we can say the subject line of particular email is just like a title of the movie as well. Because on the basis of title only, we actually start analyzing or assuming that what would be or what should involve in the particular content of the email. Because for example, if you got an email regarding the regarding the yearly performance of the company and having 30 to 40 employees, before reading that particular email thoroughly, definitely first of all you'll focus on the subject line what we have, and subject line basically will guide you, will prioritize your work in the professional world. Respectful and polite, it's very, very important how you are greeting, how you are closing, okay, your email. So start and the end, two terminal points are very, very crucial, because we always remember how a particular movie starts and how the particular movie ends. These are two things which you always remember in a particular, you could say, show or in a particular movie, if we can say. That is the most important point. The start and the end should be polite, should be respectful, and you need to be more courteous when you are just addressing a particular email to any individual. These are the basic email etiquette when we talk about business world. I hope so it's clear. If you have
Yes,
any
sir.
query, you may ask, please. Okay, so let's move to the next part then. The do's and don'ts of email. Yeah, Ms. Poonam, please. No query, I think so. Fine. Thank you, Ms. Poonam. So next one, we have the do's and don'ts of email writing. Okay. Next one, identify your goals. It's very, very important. What exactly you want to communicate? Like Raksha, any example from your end first. Identify your goal with example, because it is all about what you want to convey to the recipient. It's very, very important, because without actually addressing or clarity of thought is not there in your mind, definitely you would not be able to send what exactly you want to communicate. Because as we know that it's written communication, no direct interaction with the sender in the case of email writing. Please, Raksha.
Yes, sir. So identifying your goal, example.
Yes, Chandrabhushan. Next. For example, Raksha, if I have to prepare a question paper for your final examination, okay, and I have to send a particular email to the director that what sort of, you could say, examination pattern or what sort of, you could say, bifurcation they are expecting from me regarding the examination paper. That is what my subject should be, or that is what my issue is when I'm writing an email to director. Okay, so my subject line should be the rubrics of final examination paper. That's the headline I'm talking about. That is subject line. After that, definitely I'll just start with respected sir, respected director, whatever it could be. I hope you are doing well and this message sounds you fit and comfortable. And then we start with your subject. Important thing is that whenever writing your email, that is, you must know what exactly the purpose for which you're writing an email actually. For example, my purpose is that the rubrics I need to define with the director, that 40 marks belongs to short answer, 30 marks belongs to long medium answer, and 30 marks belongs to your long answers. So if I want to communicate them, definitely the clarity of thought should be there in my mind, what exactly I want to address. Yes, Raksha, please.
Sir, let me think.
Yeah, Chandrabhushan.
Yes, sir. For example, if we want to modify the policy of our recent HR policy, our heading HR subject line should maybe modification of HR policy or alteration of HR policy. Might be we can use this kinds of headline subject line.
Perfect. Good. So I think we are moving to the next part then, I think so. And for the next answer, I think Preeti, you be ready, and Rahul, be ready, please. Okay. Next one. We have a target audience now. Okay. Like for example, the example which I quoted over here, it is all about the, first of all, you need to be clear what exactly you want to communicate, what exactly the subject you want to address. Okay. After that, consider your audience now. Now, considering your audience, like for example, if I'm writing an email to my student, like if I'm writing an email to all of you about submission of your write-ups for tomorrow's, you could say, class activity, definitely my audience is extremely clear what exactly to whom I want to address. Similar, like for example, if I want to send an email to, you could say, one of my faculty colleague regarding some research work which we are conducting right now, definitely important thing is that your audience should be clear. Definitely I should not include any informal words, informal lines, or even though if you can consider, like for example, Mr. Anuj is calling me after 7:30 after the class, definitely the communication would be very different. It would be more informal as compared to like what we are doing right now in the classes. It's more formal. Important thing is that you cannot be informal at all when you are addressing something on the public portal or on the professional portal, where everything is getting recorded, everything is, you could say, available after recheckings as well. So that is basically the difference of considering your audience. And as per the audience, you may have to set your tone, set your pace, set your content according to the audience. Okay. I hope so it's clear, everyone. Next one. Keep it short. Keep it short does not mean that it would be precise. It means that your message should be as lengthy as possible so that it must cover the complete information you want to address. Now, keep it short is basically one of the most challenging tasks for each and every individual, those who belong to professional world. And whenever we need to keep the message short, but parallelly you need to keep in mind or keep in consideration that each and every information, or the information which you want to address, must cover all important points. It must not include anything which is irrelevant, which is out of the box, which is out of the, you could say, the content or out of the context of email, you could say, subject line, that we always need to avoid. Okay. Fillers, repetitions, you always need to avoid. That is about the keep it short. Clear? I'll just let me complete this, then I think we'll take a query of this. Okay. Then we have the proofreading, which I've already explained you, that whenever you are sending an email, first draft it, and after that you need to check the spelling, grammar, syntax error, the content, repetitions, okay, font size, font styles, everything, font highlighting, everything you must need to proofread before sending that email to the individual. Because it happens in the company where when we have the work pressure, we sometimes avoid proofreading. Okay, because we know that we have a lot of work to do. We need to shoot up a lot of mails to the subordinates, and these things happens actually with everyone. Even happens with me as well. Okay, sometimes we avoid proofreading, and that may become the blunder. And that is basically the positioning with the you are setting in the organization. What sort of, you could say, communication skills you have, because it's written communication. Okay, that is the proofreading. Next one we have use proper etiquettes. I told you already. The start and the close should be polite, should be friendly, but it must not feel that it should be informal. Last one, remember to follow. It happens in the company. Like for example, it happens a lot of time with me as well, because like when the students send me the certain, you could say, write up, like you people also send certain write ups actually, and if I'm not responding, definitely I cannot respond immediately. Try to understand, because we are dealing in a professional world. If you're sending on a personal WhatsApp, does not mean that we have a personal relationship. Okay, we have some professional bounding, we have some professional thin line differences which we need to maintain. And that is, you could say, one of the important thing in the emails as well. We need to keep in mind, if you are sending an email, professional email I'm talking right now, business email I'm talking right now, the important thing is that the follow-up should be at least after 2 days, 3 days, whatever appropriate time, considering the company's policies. Yes. Any doubt to anyone, please, in this 6 points now? Any query you want to address? Yes, students? Any query? Raksha, any doubt? Anuj?
No.
Perfect. Shall we move, I think, then? The formatting now, format part.
Yes, sir.
So I want to ask this: what is does not reply within 2 business days?
Then definitely you need to reshoot the mail actually. Okay, for example, like if the college has sent me a particular draft or a mail regarding preparation of your or designing of the question paper for final exams, which is about to schedule in the month of June. I got a mail, but I didn't respond in 2 days or 3 days of time. In such a cases, you need to reshoot. Now, one more thing, Poonam. Reshoot does not mean that it is always standard of 2 days.
Yes,
For
sir.
example, if the exams will schedule in the month of July and the last date of submission is 30th of June and the email which I have received on 11th of June, you cannot reshoot the mail before 27 or 28 when at least 2 or 3 days of deadlines is still pending. Okay. The reshoot does not mean it would be on 13th only. It may be around 25, 26, you could say June, so that it is just a reminder mail, not a particular follow-up mail. Try to understand. Reminder mail is different. Follow-up mail is different. Yes, Chandra.
It's depend on situation based.
Okay.
It's depend on situation to situation.
Yes, definitely. Okay. And as that's the reason I'm just telling you, because we most of them we are belong to professional world, and we know that the different basic peculiarities, basic technicality we need to understand about what exactly the meaning of professional world and what sort of, you could say, professional foundation we have when we are working on the public profile. I hope so it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So let's move to the next part, professional email format. Okay. The first one, it's a very simple part about subject line, which I told you already. Okay. Like for example, if we have the meeting in the evening around 5 o'clock, so the review meeting of June at 5 p.m. in conference hall or on Zoom, for example, if the online, if you talk about, make sure subject line should be as precise as possible. It should be pinpointed, first of all. It should be in a short phrase, we can say. But most important thing is that precise or short does not mean that the subject line must not be attractive. Subject line must not be catchy. It must actually we must need to create a subject line which actually enforce the recipient to read the complete email, because if he or she does not find in the priority on a particular working day, definitely it would become a spam. Okay, that is meaning of subject line. Now when we discuss about this particular subject line, we always talks about that the attraction is a subject line. It's like the title of a movie, and on the basis of title of the movie, the title actually defines the soul of the movie. The subject line defines the soul of your email, what exactly the email is all about. It should be specific. You can see that it should be specific, it should be straightforward, and each and everything must be mentioned which is required to do so in the subject line. Okay, and one more thing, subject line should not be repetitive into your main body as well. Okay, so like as I think the standard I'm talking right now, there is no, you could say, thumb rule, we can say it should be about 6 to 7 words, max to max. Max to max I'm talking right now. Okay, so like, so for example which I have as well, when it's come to subject line, and you can see that the certain markers or certain, you could say, highlighter which we always use in the subject line, that is FWB, forwarded mail, reply mail, emergency mail. Okay, so if you want to, you could say, create a certain, you could say, words which may highlight the need and the purpose of that particular email, we always need to use all these important markers. If it is required, make sure. If it is required, that you must need to keep in mind that these may be important, but you must need to understand that when to use and where to use all such markers. Okay, otherwise, like, as you know that, because definitely I'm not the master of this particular writing skills, but still you will learn slowly, gradually, what exactly the context which we can follow or which we can implement. Have a look, please. Subject line. Clear, I think, everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Then we have the salutation. That is about the greeting. Okay. How to greet. How to greet a particular individual belong to different designation. Okay. Here's a certain example actually. Okay. Like, hi, Mr. Sampson. Even if you are addressing to a particular individual, go straight forward with his or her name. Okay. And if in some time that if you do not know to whom you need to concern, so sorry, this is an error actually which I discussed as well. Okay, because usually in the writing we always write down in the messages informally. Okay, so to whom it may concern, if you do not know to whom to whom to address that particular email, if you don't know which particular concern authority you are sending, you can start with the to whom it may concern, or dear ma'am, or dear sir. Okay, like for senior executives, if we are talking right now, you can follow with their surname or with their name to the manager, dear Dr. Ghosh, dear Sudhi Kapoor, whatsoever it could be. Okay, if you are sending to your colleagues, okay, you can still put just hi, or hi Aman, hi Diljit. You can just write down in such context. Fine, I think. But you cannot be informal by in order to sending an email actually. Okay, you cannot use nicknames. Okay, you cannot use an informal name of an individual in a particular communication. That is called the salutation. I hope it's very simple, students. Yes, next one. How to avoid the email disaster. You can see that the greeting line we're talking right now, I think this is not needed right now discuss. Let's move directly to the body now. Okay, now body is the main, you could say it is the gist, it is the main part of any email. Okay, now in this case, the body is just the major description of your email. Now it's important that what should be the size of the body. Now there is no thumb rule that the size of the body should be 100 word or 200 word. It depends on the length, the context, the purpose of the email. It should be of 10 words as well, or it should be of 1,000 words as well. Okay, so that is the important part, what the body indicates over here. Okay, body is nothing but the major, you could say the tone of your email, the major context of your email, what exactly the description you want to convey to the recipient. Now I think, yes, that is sufficient. I think so. Next, we'll move to the off. Off means before your salutation or before the closing remark, that you will always actually put a message up front or message at the last of your body that you are expecting a reply. I look forward to talking to you on Wednesday. Thanks again. I'm anticipating a reply as early as possible. Kindly go through with my mail, kindly go through with my subject, and revert as early as possible. This is called off. Okay, this is called wrapping up the message. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Next one, signature. It's very simple and very important as well. Okay, it must include the name, title, and any other information you want to add, like website, any sort of, you could say your mobile number, your alternate email number, email ID, sorry, email ID. Okay, each and everything of, or you could say the office number, office address, whatever it could be. Signature is very, very important. Now, what to include in signature? It's basically the salutation along with name and designation is the standard one. It's up to the individual, depends on the purpose, depends on the, you could say, the context, or depends on the sender, which designation he or she belongs to. Accordingly, signature may be altered. Clear? I think.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Now, in the case of, you can see the signature, we are writing down about the greetings and how to close it. Just have a look, please. You can see that the different impressions are there actually. Okay, that would be greeting, warmly, sincerely, gracious, simply thank you. Okay, if you're writing to someone very first time who is not an immediate colleague, you can use your full name. Okay, you can arrange your name with the contact information, phone number, or work address. You can mention, as I told you already. Okay, if you're writing on the behalf of the organization, okay, you may mention the contact of the company only. So it depends, like what in what context you're writing an email. I'll just show you some examples actually after that. Clear, I think everyone, all this part. Hanji, is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now we have few examples which I'm just showing you just for your reference purpose. Okay, just have a look the first one. Any new contact email if you want to write down. Okay, so as you can see that under new contact, you have mentioning your full name, designation, the company. You are starting salutation with hello Amal because it is most about your immediate colleague. And just a simple, this is just nothing but just an example I'm just quoting how we can start writing an email actually. Fine, this is an important thing. Subject line, the salutation of, and we can say the signatures. Have a look, please. This is the first very basic format of email. Yes, I think clear the first format.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Next one, we have the email to a group. Okay, so you can see that for group, we are not using any word, any name. Hey party, hey folks, and directly you can write down an email with subject line marketing meeting cancelled. Very happy email, I think so, for marketing people. Okay, and you can see that the person name and who is actually sender, the senior marketing manager. It is email to a group. Clear, I think. Shall we move? There's a formatting I'm just telling you, okay? Then a follow-up email I think we're discussing right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And the follow-up email, that is about, you can see that availability of our resume meeting, and you are just addressing that particular individual. Okay. Then we have a request email. Okay. Because whenever you would not be able to complete your work on deadlines. Okay. Then always you go for a request email to the concerned individual. This is basically the off remark. This is basically your signatures. Subject line, body. Sorry, subject line, salutation, body. Clear, I think, everyone? First one, just showing the formats to you. Because see, email writing is more about practicing. Email writing is more about exposing, experiencing at the professional world. Okay, more and more you will enter, better would be your, we can say, the technicality writing and professionally. Okay. Then we have, shall we move, I think, please?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Then we have a question. Okay, so for a question, again, investigation of the timing of the conference center, the question, and along with that, the details. Just go with the format only, okay? Don't go for the content. Clear, I hope so.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Then we have the mail of the complaint. Okay. So again, subject line, to whom you are addressing. Off message, salutation. Yes, and done, I think. Complaint email. Then we have response to a question or complaint. Because complaint email we have how to respond for a complaint message and what should be the subject line. Complaint dated. Reference email, that is called. Or it is also basically one very important word is there. Clear, I think, everyone? The
So
response,
here we have to put the date, complaint date.
definitely. Response to a question or complaint. Because, for example, if I asked a query to you, and for that particular query, because I am receiving a lot of email from the students, if I have to address to whom I am addressing, on which date I have received your complaint. Okay, like, so for example, if you're writing an email to Paytm regarding your, you could say, the amount deducted, but money is basically, service is not being rendered. In that case, they always write an email. The complaint dated this is regarding your transaction. That is called
Reference we have to
Okay,
mention.
sir.
references.
Reference.
You
Yes, sir.
always need to keep a particular reference or that string actually
Agree.
to maintain that.
Okay, sir.
I hope it's clear. Response to a question or complaint.
Yes, sir.
Next one, we have an announcement or statement, because you are addressing to masses. Dear all. Okay. Yes, and done, I think.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Rahul.
So just I reach my home.
Yes,
Now
yes.
in this statement, there is fond regards, means this prayer. But I think it is not good. I think this announcement regards is basically for the new joinings, maybe by the HR or the section head or something that time. The fond regards is not match here. This is my opinion only.
Yeah, no. Actually, what happened whenever a particular new person joined the company, because definitely this particular email will send to him as well. Okay. So in such a cases, you always need to show a feeling of affection, love towards that individual. So that is somehow, I think, required in an organization. Okay, that is meaning of fond regards, which includes that is a feeling of affection.
I never seen before, sir. I just saw.
A lot of time actually, this fond regards.
Okay.
Whenever
Thank you.
someone joins.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So I think that is enough from my side regarding email writing. Okay, now the one activity which I have given it to you, first we'll discuss, and I'll just go through with the case study now. So I think the activity which I have given it to you, that is about last week I paid my balance in full with a personal check. However, the enclosed statement shows a current balance of 300. Will you please correct my account balance to the correct figure 0? Write a no response to this later, explaining why the request cannot be granted. Anji. Because I've received from Vivek, it's really good actually. Received from Raksha as well. I think Sumaya has also submitted that. Yes. Preeti, I think you need to start with the salutation. Okay, it's very, very important. Okay, because I have received the content is fantastic, no worries at all. But you need to start with salutation.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
And Raksha. Yeah, Raksha is it's really fantastic actually. You have really very good command over written communication. Okay, so it's quite
Thank you, sir.
appreciable. Yes, it's quite appreciable. Yes.
Sir, only one thing I missed, you valuable customers.
Yes. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. At least you are trying hard and you did a really fantastic job. It's quite appreciable. Miss Poonam, I think this is not the right way. I think so. What I have received, I'm just checking the WhatsApp right now. Okay, Miss Poonam.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope you
Yes, sir.
understand
Yes, sir.
exactly what we need to correct. Same with Anuj as well. Yes, Mr. Anuj. Raksha is good. Then Preeti is good. Okay. No, Preeti. Yes, you need to correct that. Okay. Then Vivek, it's good. Okay. Then, yeah, that's all. Fine, students, I think. So I think one case study which I have to give it to you now. And before giving that case, I think you might have received the activity which you need to cover up by tomorrow. Okay. And you need to send your write-up in Word file at least in the afternoon and the morning so that I would just go through it once and we can discuss accordingly in the session tomorrow. Okay. So I hope so activity which I have already shared with you, you might have completed or on the verge to complete that. Yes, Saturday activity, if you remember, which I have given it to you on Wednesday itself, I think. Yes. Choose an organization you are familiar with and prepare a diagrammatic representation of its communication network. Yes, if you want to prepare a diagram, definitely you can use your your stationery and you can just take a screenshot or the scanning of that. That is quite acceptable. And you need to understand about their communication network, formal, informal, and what sort of you could say changes which the company need to incorporate as per the requirement. So that we need to complete tomorrow. Fine, everyone. I'm expecting to have more and more contribution for tomorrow's class. Fine, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, how will activity?
Miss Poonam, your voice is not clear actually.
Sir, actually, how will answer the activity of?
No, ma'am, actually, I can't hear you properly. I'm really sorry for that.
So the activity which you gave today, how will you explain it
That balance one, 300?
regarding the bank? Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. The bank one, balance one.
I'll just give you one writer because exactly what we need to cover up. Okay. Because whenever we are writing any addressing or to any individual, whether it's a branch manager or any manager we talk about, like you always need to start with the subject line. Okay, subject line like what we discussed actually. Then we need to go for the salutation. Okay, then you will go, then we'll move towards your, you could say addressing or what's your issue. Then you go to body, closing remark, off remark, we can say, and last one signature. It is completely missing actually. Same, I think, Raksha, in your case as well. The subject line you need to mention.
Yes, sir.
That is a correction we have to do. And
Yes, sir.
the closing remark is fine. Yeah, that's everything is perfect. And this addressing, that should be changed, not Raksha only.
Okay, sir.
But I was not clear topic email. I think it was related to communication, business communication.
Yes, ma'am. But it was business communication only. But we need to understand. We need to go through with the formatting. How exactly we need to write an email whenever we have certain issues with the bank or any financial transaction.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay, perfectly fine. So
Sir, yes, yes.
yeah, I'm sending one very small case study, okay, which is based on writing of a report, which is available in the same Word file. I'm sending it to you right now. Might not be able to complete in this lecture. We will discuss it only over here, but I need the write-up of this, okay? So I hope so you might have received it now. We can discuss it only, okay, in today's class. Yes, friend, I hope you might have received it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fantastic. Yeah, thank you so much.
So case study was significant difference between the spoken reading
No, no,
or
no.
different.
Last one.
Okay.
A reply sent to erring customer. We have discussed already this one. Communication breakdown we have done, failure we have done, and that case of Jen Lee we have also done.
Okay, sir, I check.
I'm just sending only one file on daily basis, just adding the case studies or the document which is relevant to a particular class. Okay, so just give me 2 minutes. I'm just sharing on my screen as well. Yeah, this is the file. Yeah, this is the case actually we have. Definitely we won't be able to cover up this in the class because we need to write actually, because when we come to written communication, it requires a time to give your reply. So we'll discuss it right now in the class, and then you need to submit it, okay, by tonight or by tomorrow. In Word file, it would be far better, okay. Just prepare one Word file, I think, so that because in the same Word file you can just prepare all your content or your exercises. Quite easy for me to understand and read. Yes, and we'll discuss after 5 minutes of time. Okay. The third point, third answer, you need to give it in writing later on. First two questions definitely we can discuss.
third is rewrite the letter, na sir.
Yes, you read that later. That we need to do later on. The first two questions we'll discuss.
It is complete. Basically, its temper is high. Writing the. It is showing in the letter.
No, sir, according to more of a commanding instead of commanding, he should be more of expressing the customer's thoughts also.
Okay. See, we are discussing right now about the appropriateness of the sender's tone.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
According to what I understood, the letter is in more of a commanding basis instead of a asking basis. If you are concerning if you are dealing with the customer, you have to be you have to work on an asking basis, not commanding basis.
Yes, yes.
Sir, always write the letter in the polite language. In the to the customer. Anyhow.
Definitely.
Because anyhow, so amount and the material, sometimes having the material is issue, sometimes the money is issue, but for the tone side, you always politely language, use the politely language.
Okay.
This language is not a politely, sir. This is the commanding, just like a forcing.
Yes.
Then this is not, this is in business point of view, this is not a good for the future.
Definitely. Noted. Yes.
Losing the business on the like that letter. Definitely losing.
Perfect, sir.
And also the company, because of the temper is loose. Second point is temper is loose. Then writing correct, not a correct English writing in this letter.
Yeah, addressing should be polite. Addressing should be, you could say, precise as well. It should not hurt the sentiment of an individual. It should not be aggressive, actually.
Because his temper is out. The time of the writing of this letter, temper is not on the writing. Like that, then he is writing anything.
Yes.
Then first you think the what I write in the letter and in the politely way.
Definitely.
Anyhow, problem is there. Okay, sir.
Yeah, perfect, sir. Perfect. Thank you so much. What about you?
Yes, sir.
Raksha, your input.
Yes, the politeness is not there. It's like we are insisting and we are forcing the customer to pay his installment. What Anuj sir said, yes, it's the politeness is not there. Because he might lose the customer if he writes the email this way.
Definitely, yes.
Yes, sir, that's it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Raksha. Rahul?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So in this matter now, the first thing is that it is the terms in respect and the request in form. But here is the tone is not good as in the written in language. It shows the rush. Secondly, it's is maybe in the majorly happen in the bank side, because I think it is the case is not okay, no issue. So first is that the tone is not good. So for second, it is should be in the requesting manner. And third is that it may be corrected if there is somehow here is the case is that the intimation or the intimation, and second is there the communication gap is there, because there is the 10,000 is the installment, and there is no any regular EMIs is cut, so that's why it's reach up to 85,000 rupees. So there is suddenly 25,000 check rise by the authority here, and there is he also committed that you are the good customer, because there is no any irregularities he found in previous. So in this case, the customer is good in nature. So here maybe that this written type should be is more politely.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. So, sir, now I'm expecting a particular write-up on this particular topic, and I need a write-up in Word file only, okay? Because that is much more, you could say, readable, and we can easily identify, and the synchronization is also there when we are writing it on the Word file. I'm expecting the responses from everyone, okay? And be ready for tomorrow write-up as well, because which I've already sent it to you. And Saturday's exercise, next Saturday exercise, I'll send it to you tomorrow only, okay? And I'll explain you what exactly we have to do. Perfect. Everyone.
Okay.
Really, guys, thank you so much.
Perfect, sir.
Thank you so much.
No, sir.
Yes, please.
Hello, sir.
Bye bye, sir.
Ayushi, please tell me.
Sir, can you explain the tomorrow activity once again?
See, tomorrow, basically, you need to find out the structure of a company, communication structure, hierarchy of the company, about their communication forward, backward, vertical, horizontal, diagonal, what sort of communication pattern we have. And on the basis of that, you need to comment, is it appropriate? What changes you need to incorporate? So that should be the part we need to cover up in tomorrow's session.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you can pick any company if it is not available. You can pick any company as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Chali guys.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, it should be a company, or you can take if you know any hospital, you can.
Anything. It's up to you.
Okay.
Okay, fine, guys. Thank you so much. Please take care, and we'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock sharp.
Thank you, sir.
Please take care.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Take care, sir.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, good night.
Yeah. Not good night. Yeah, good day. Good evening.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care, please.